Right now, you may be in your bed. Right now, it's probably late and you should have been asleep. Right now, you may be thinking of excuses as to why. Right now, your mind might be racing about tomorrow or the events of today, the anxiety of the future, or the embarrassment of the past. Yesterday, you worried about today, and today ended the same way, each ending like this. But right now, we're going to change that. Don't worry. Everything is okay. It's going to be okay. And it is okay. The proof is in the fact that you can read this. You have the electricity, the internet, and the sort. Just breathe. For now, let your troubles run off your shoulders because, in the end, our lives rise from the trials to eventual success. That is not to say that the competition and risky speculation is bad, but sometimes we need to calm down, let our conscience relax and take a break from harsh reality, especially our unreasonable and unrealistic view of reality. We often have times like this, especially at times like this, when you need to sleep or take a nap. Productiveness sometimes needs the kickstart of stress, and that's okay. Pressure makes diamonds. Competition both spawns from the breed's comparison. Comparison is the killer of happiness, whether that means you compare your abilities, assets, and life to others, or even your weakness and liabilities. Don't do that. No one has their life together. That's not how life works. How life tends to work is we think to have our life together, then get humbled by things not accounted for. Competition encourages productiveness and progression, but can also be catalyst for sadness, especially as the distortion of reality by social media makes others' lives seem so much better. If you are a sad % of the time and happy another % of the time, that does not mean you have a % chance of being sad forever. It just means you have been sad a certain % of that time, and that includes this very moment. And that's okay, because let me tell you something about my favorite word. Was, because misery was. Was is an amazing word. It implies past tense. Pattern of tense continues. Am, will be, was, and am again. First, accepting your sadness, saying, I am sad, and that's okay, because that's just proof that you're human. It gives you something to compare your ups to, so that we may know happiness by falling. Then, knowing or at least being hopeful for better, that things will be better, which sometimes needs a plan, and that's hard because I know you can do it. Then, was being able to and honestly say, I was sad, or whatever your problems are. And finally, back to am again, whether that means I am happy, I am better, or even I am sad, and that's okay. Again, have a positive paradigm, and if you can find it, then find someone who lifts you up higher than you can ever imagine. Something all of us must realize is that all good things come to an end, and it comes back again to trudging through a sucky, maybe self-hating sort of lifestyle. But like I said before, misery was, and it comes back up. A lot of getting through life is learning how to go up and down and getting used to that. Sadly enough, that's how it is. I'm not going to be like that. I'm not going to lie. It's only going to get worse. but it'll always get better. And as long as you keep moving, not idle, things will get better and worse, even if it's just a little bit. But the better is worth the worse that you go through. Have you ever done something hard and realized years later that it wasn't that hard? I think a lot of us all going through life will be thinking that later, because misery is not permanent. The only consistency is inconsistency, and that is good despite uncertainty. The fact that inconsistency is constant is the most important thing in reality. If everything was constant, that would imply no time. Or if everyone was the same and felt the same and did the same, if everyone was the same, that would imply no agency. Uncertainty implies a chance to change, and that's the point of life in my eyes. Improvement and progression, even if it means digression, that is amazing.